The New York Jets have been a disaster pretty much my whole life. Since 1970, they've only had 12 winning seasons. So for 43 of those years, the Jets have been absolutely dog water. The only thing the Jets are really known for is their glory days. Back in 1969 when they won the championship with Joe Namath and the infamous butt fumble. So when was the last time the Jets were actually good? To figure that out, we gotta rewind. Let's go back to 2008. The Jets were coming off a rough 4-12 season in 2007. Chad Pennington had worn out his welcome, and the team needed a spark, so the Jets took a gamble and traded for a player who was already retired. After retiring from Green Bay for the first time, Favre was traded to the Jets. For a minute, it looked like a genius move. The team started 8-3, and even beat the undefeated Titans, who finished 13-3 that season. Favre's arm strength completely vanished, and no one knew why. The Jets would collapse and lose 4 of their last 5 games. Favre threw 2 touchdowns and 7 interceptions during that stretch. Later, it was revealed he had been playing with a torn bicep, but the Jets never listed it on the injury report, which triggered an NFL investigation. After a disappointing 9-7 season in 2008, Eric Mangini was fired. The Favre experiment ended in complete embarrassment, and once again, the Jets were starting over. The Jets wanted a new identity, one that was tough, aggressive, and wouldn't get pushed around. So they hired Rex Ryan as their head coach. Ryan coached one of the best defenses of all time. The 2006 Ravens only gave up 12 points per game and only allowed 264 yards per game, which was both number 1 in the NFL. It was obvious, confidence wasn't a problem with them. Rex brought his 3-4 defense and swagger to the Jets. He hired Mike Pettin as the DC and brought in several Raven assistants to install his physical, press-heavy, and blitz-happy scheme. But the Jets wasn't done making moves. They held the 17th overall pick during the 2009 NFL Draft and traded with the Browns to get the 5th overall pick. They gave up their 1st and 2nd round pick, along with defensive end Kenyon Coleman, safety Abram Elam, and quarterback Brent Ratliff. The Jets then selected Mark Sanchez, a quarterback from USC. Sanchez led the Trojans to a 12-1 record while throwing for over 3,200 yards and 34 touchdowns. But Sanchez barely had any experience. He only started for 1 season. Was he ready? Not really. But Rex believed in him, and more importantly, built a team around him not needing him to do too much. The Jets were a run-heavy team with Thomas Jones, who ran for 1,400 yards, and Sean Green, who also added 500 more yards on the ground. Sanchez struggled. He only threw for 2,400 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 20 interceptions. But that didn't matter. The Jets' defense was elite. They only gave up 8 passing touchdowns all season, and opposing teams only completed 51% of their passes, which led the NFL. And a large part of that was because of Darrelle Revis, who shut down your favorite wide receiver. Randy Moss, Chad Johnson, Andre Johnson, Steve Smith, Terrell Owens, Reggie Wayne, and Roddy White were all trapped on Revis Island. Revis finished that season with 6 interceptions and an NFL record 31 pass breakups. The Jets opened the 2009 season 3-0, including a big win over Tom Brady and the Patriots in Week 2. Sanchez became the first rookie quarterback to start 3-0 since the 1970 merger. Then reality hit. They lost 6 of their next 7, and Sanchez started making rookie mistakes. His worst game was against the Bills, where he completed 34% of his passes while throwing 5 interceptions. The Jets were 4-6, and the hype train looked dead, but the defense never folded. The team kept fighting, and the Jets won 5 of their last 6. The last 2 games were essentially gifts. In Week 16, the Colts pulled their starters mid-game, and it happened again in their final game against the Bengals. They slid into the playoffs with a 9-7 record as the number 5 seed. In the wild card, they faced the Bengals, the same team they had just played. Thanks to their run game and defense, Sanchez didn't have to do too much. The Jets won 24-14. Next was the Chargers, who were 13-3, and Rivers was balling, but the Jets shocked everyone and upset the Chargers 17-14, thanks to the defense and run game yet again. The AFC Championship was against the Colts. The Jets actually led 17-6 in the first half. Peyton Manning figured out Rex Ryan's defense in the second. Sanchez couldn't keep up, and the Colts won 30-17. The Jets' magical run was over, but no one expected them to make it that far. Rex Ryan had brought a new culture and identity. Sanchez wasn't great, but he did enough, and with his elite pass defense led by Revis, the Jets were dangerous. Jets fans believed they were just 1 year away, and in 2010, they really were. The Jets were fresh off an unexpected AFC Championship in 2009, and they weren't some underdog story anymore. After having a crazy offseason in which they signed LaDainian Tomlinson, Cromartie, Jason Taylor, and traded for Braylon Edwards, the Jets were tied with the 7th best odds to win the Super Bowl. The Jets got off to a fast start and stayed in the spotlight all season long. In week 1, they lost to the Ravens 10-9. In week 2, they beat Tom Brady and the Patriots 28-14. Sanchez actually played good for once. He threw 3 touchdowns during that game. After beating the Patriots, the Jets won 4 straight. They beat the Dolphins, Bills, Vikings, and Broncos, which made them 5-1, and the Jets put the league on notice. Everything seemed to be going well. They were 9-2 before they faced the Patriots again, but this time, it was a disaster. The Jets got murdered by the Patriots 45-3. It was a humbling moment, the kind that breaks most teams, but not this one. Rex Ryan literally buried the game ball from the loss in practice to move on. The Jets finished 11-5, second in the AFC East, and went into the playoffs as the number 6 seed. The Jets were underdogs in every game, and they loved it. In the wild card, it was a rematch of the previous year's AFC Championship. This time, Sanchez outduels Manning just enough. LT scores 2 touchdowns, and Nick Folk hits a walk-off field goal. Jets win 17-16. The divisional round was another revenge game against the Patriots, the same team that embarrassed them 45-3, and the Jets shut them down. The defense got 5 sacks and forced Brady to throw an interception. The Jets were tired of the disrespect and proved they belonged, and the Jets won 28-21. The Jets were riding hot. They just took down Brady and Belichick, and not only the Steelers stood between them and the Super Bowl, but this time the Jets' magic ran out. They fell behind 24-3 in the first half. Roethlisberger and Mendenhall shredded the defense early. The Jets fought back. They clawed their way to within 5, but when they needed one final stop, they couldn't get it, and the comeback fell short, 24-19. And just like that, the dream died. The 2010 season was the last time the Jets were truly feared. Since then, it's been over a decade of chaos, collapses, and quarterback roulette. But in 2010, for one brief moment, they had it all. And now heading into the 2025 season, there's only one man that can save them.
Second in double-digit sack season. Fields moves in the pocket and gets away. Justin Fields takes off, turns a sack into a